Hello everyone and welcome to tonight's 13-6A district game between Caney Creek and Grand Oaks. It's homecoming tonight for Grand Oaks. The Grizzlies are 2-1 and 0-1 in district coming into this game. Caney Creek 1-2 overall, 0-1 in district. Both teams looking to get their first win here in 13-6A. Great opportunity to do that here tonight. They face off against one another on balmy evening here at Woodforest Bank Stadium. We thank you for joining us on this broadcast. My name is Jeremy McGrail. We are going through the introduction of the cheer teams on the field. Momentarily, we'll have good sportsmanship, the reflection, and then the school songs. In Grand Oaks, led by head coach Mike Jackson. Caney Creek is led by their head coach Kendall Heineman. Looks like Grand Oaks will be wearing all orange uniforms here tonight for the homecoming occasion. We invite all of you on the stream to stick around after the game to take in the homecoming festivities for Grand Oaks and that special performance that'll be coming later on. And obviously, we will have the halftime for you when that rolls around. But looking forward to a good night of football with you. We've got two teams who want to run the football quite a bit, so we should see the running backs get to work here tonight early and often. We also have a couple of the district's top tacklers on display, and I'll outline who those are when we get closer to kick here. Just over 13 minutes away from kickoff as we continue through the on-field introductions from the PA announcer for our game tonight. Again, my name is Jeremy McGrail. I'm thrilled to be bringing you this 13-6A action. Overall, we've got 4 games going on in the district. Oak Ridge is the only team with a bye here this weekend. Got the Woodlands at New Caney, Willis at Conroe, and College Park at Cleveland in addition to our game here tonight. Have good sportsmanship. Teams from each school meeting at midfield right now. It got quite hot here this evening, but hopefully nice on the field for the players once we get underway here tonight. We'll pause for school songs here.
Check, check, check.
And now, please enjoy the Grand Oaks High School Marching Band who will play the alma mater.
a lot going on. So how do you find time to take care of you? At Houston Methodist, we work around your busy life. There's same-day visits when you're sick, online scheduling with specialists, access to all your records through MyChart, and video visits 24/7 if you need urgent care. Bringing you Houston Methodist's expertise, wherever, whenever you need it.
That's the difference between practicing medicine and leading it. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
For over 40 years, Woodforest National Bank has proudly supported the youth and schools of this great community. Our bank has grown through the years, and Montgomery County is our home. With over 30 convenient branch locations right here in Montgomery County, we are your community bank. Next time you're in the area, stop by and say hi. But for now, sit back and enjoy the game.
Our team at Buckaloo Chevrolet works hard every day to deliver a better car buying experience to every single customer. Just check out our reviews. Amazing to work with, great customer service, they really care, are just a few of the things our customers are saying about us. So if you're looking for a better selection, a better car buying experience, and of course, a better buy, head to Buckaloo Chevrolet today, one of Houston's fastest growing Chevy dealers. We're on I-45 in Conroe, or shop BuckalooChevrolet.com. And remember,
it's a better buy at Buckaloo.
Shopping for a new or used vehicle? Or just looking for a place for good, reliable service? Go with the name you know. Gullo Ford, Gullo Mazda, and Gullo Toyota. The Gullo family has been serving the Conroe Woodlands area since 1970. So the next time you're shopping for a new or used vehicle or just need service, do yourself a favor and go see Gullo Toyota, Gullo Mazda, and Gullo Ford. Or log on anytime at GulloAuto.com. Gullo, let's drive.
It's not enough to be the leader in robotic-assisted procedures if we're not by your side for every step of your recovery, guiding you back to what makes you, you. Because it's not enough to replace your knee if we're not getting you to the moments that can't be replaced. Memorial Hermann, advancing health, personalizing care.
And with that hype video for Grand Oaks, here come the teams. Caney Creek running out on their side of the field. Grand Oaks about to do the same. Got the American flag, getting hyped under the tunnel, and here they come now. Grizzlies and Panthers both on the field. A little over 5 minutes away from opening kickoff. We thank you for joining us here tonight at Woodforest Bank Stadium. District 13 6A encounter, the second for each of these teams. Both lost last week in their district openers, looking to get their first win of the campaign this season in district play and put themselves in the discussion for a playoff position. Again, 9 teams in the district, 4 advance to the postseason, so spots up for grabs. Neither one of these teams out of it with how big this district is this year. Win here tonight would be a huge boost to either one of these football teams. Looking forward to enjoying this game with you tonight and seeing which way it goes and which one of these teams can get that first district win. Again, my name is Jeremy McGrail. Thrilled to join you here tonight. Field covered in shade, so the players will appreciate that after what's been a pretty hot afternoon here. Again, we thank you for joining us on this live stream. Seconds away from the national anthem, and then we will join back with you for the opening kick. Once again, thrilled to have you on this live stream. We hope you will enjoy this game with us. National anthem time. And with the conclusion of the national anthem played by the Grand Oaks Grizzly Band, we are ready to play some football here tonight. 13-6A action all around tonight, all Friday night games in the district. Here tonight, in other action, we've got the Woodlands at New Caney. That's at Randall Reed Stadium in New Caney's home turf. Willis at Conroe. That is up at Moorhead, of course, our game here tonight. And then the remaining game is College Park at Cleveland. The only team with a bye this week is Oak Ridge. Again, Grand Oaks and Caney Creek captains making their way to midfield here so we can see how our game is going to start. Looks like Brandon High, number 3 for Grand Oaks, in street clothes here tonight. Obviously, significant loss for the Grizzlies. We'll see how the team responds here tonight. Again, as we spoke about immediately in pregame, great opportunity for each one of these teams to get that first district win here tonight after last week didn't quite go the way either would have wanted. In the district play last week, Grand Oaks lost 42-14 to College Park, and Caney Creek was defeated 55-14 by Conroe. Again, a wide open playoff race in 13-6A, so win here tonight puts either one of these teams on the map, so we'll see which way it goes. So our officials handle our coin toss here tonight.
Correct? Okay. Over here. Back over here. Caney Creek will receive at this end. Good luck, gentlemen. Have a safe ball game.
And the Panthers will take the first football here tonight and get us started again. Talked a little bit about this pregame. Both of these teams wanting to run the football quite a bit as they feature kind of ground-heavy attacks. For Caney Creek, Jaden Graves is the leading rusher on the team. He's a junior. Again, Brandon High, the leading rusher for Grand Oaks, in street clothes here tonight, just wearing his jersey. Big loss for the Grizzlies, but we'll see how they get on with the team around him here. Looking forward to seeing what they come up with on that side of the ball without their leading rusher. In addition, for Caney Creek, there's another junior, Timothy Palmer, who is number 10 in the district in rushing. Graves is number 4. So again, potent rushing attacks for both teams on display here. Tristan Chapman for Grand Oaks will get us started and kick the ball away. Again, defensively, two of the better tacklers in the district featured here tonight. Dalen Manning for Caney Creek. And for Grand Oaks, Gabe Zamora, very close to each other. Dalen Manning, number 2 in the district in tackling. Zamora is number 4. And here's our opening kick, homecoming night for Grand Oaks. Thank you all for joining us on this live stream. Conroe ISD Athletics underway here at Wood Forest Bank Stadium. Kickoff run looks like about the 27. Good coverage by Grand Oaks there to prevent a bigger return. It's Caney Creek, led by head coach Kendall Heineman, that will be getting us started here this evening. Again, the sun is setting quicker and quicker here of late. All the way in shade on both sides of the stadium right now. Got a Maryland I formation here for Caney Creek. 3 players in the backfield. Don't see that a ton, no receivers. Then they'll shift it, show double wing flex bone set now. Straight ahead, QB sneak. A 3-yard gain. Got to cover a Caney Creek game last year against Cleveland. That game was played up at Moorhead, and I remember the Panther offense having quite a bit of motion in it. A lot of shifting, trying to get the defense off balance, confused. Again, double wing set here to start. Tight formation. Pitch, rocket toss. There's a first down run there. Number 9, Timothy Palmer, junior running back. And in the double wing or flex bone style of offense, that rocket toss you just saw, one of the bread and butter plays. I would say it's one of the top 4 plays pretty easily in this kind of offense, or in that formation at least. Caney Creek on their own 41. Nicely advanced for the first down of the evening. Grand Oaks stacking the D-line, 5 guys with the hand down. Another pitch here. Number 24, this time finding a little bit of a crack. That is Jaden Graves, the junior. Number 4 leading rusher in the district. Kedrick Riscano of New Caney, a senior, is currently leading the district in rushing. Got 2nd and 5 here. Flexbone set, single receiver. And a handoff on the sweep. Got a little jumbled up there in the backfield. Grand Oaks going to do a good job stopping that for no gain. Third and medium here now for Caney Creek. We'll see what they come up with play-wise. They stick with the ground attack, or if they try and get sneaky here, maybe sneak somebody off into the flat area. Again, as mentioned a second ago, Grand Oaks loaded up in their defensive front to defend this running game. Sticking with the flexbone. Rocket toss again. Has the corner. He's going to turn it up inside. Should be first down. It is. He's got it by about a yard. That'll keep the chains moving for the Panthers. Positive start on their first drive of the ball game here tonight. Up the middle, dive, they're going to push the pile. Good physical play by Caney Creek. Pushing the pile for nearly another first down, 9-yard gain. Quarterback for Caney Creek tonight is junior Christian Aguilar. I look at the rosters for each one of these teams, both quite young across the board. See several sophomores and a ton of juniors for each. Dive up the middle. Looking for that first down. Push it a little bit. It's going to be close. Should have it. That would be the 3rd first down on this opening drive for Caney Creek if those chains move as expected. See if they call for a measurement. Looks like we will have. And nice to see 2 teams here tonight honoring some of the traditional aspects of football. With the approaches they each take on offense, I'm a firm believer that nothing really ever goes out of style in the game. It just gets dressed up a little bit different. Stretch the chain. And first down by the nose of the football. Already 4 minutes nearly off the first quarter with this opening drive for the Panthers. And Caney Creek newly up to 6A from Class 5A this year. I'm sure they would love to plant their flag here tonight and get that first 6A district win. Have a shift in the formation there. Handed off sweep. That's going to be Graves. Nicely stacked up by the Grizzly defense there. They don't let that get very far. Maybe a yard. Looks to be probably no gain. So we have avoided storms so far in the area today. There's a few gray clouds around, but nothing that looks overly threatening here. We'll hope that stays that way. Keep weather away from our game tonight. Again, homecoming night for Grand Oaks. Dive up the middle for Caney Creek. Few yards. Again, we invite you to enjoy the Grand Oaks halftime festivities for homecoming, and as well there will be a special performance by the band after the game. Special homecoming performance. We hope you'll stick with us for that. Third and 4. Rocket toss to Graves again. Grand Oaks going to do a nice job of stopping that short of the first down. So first big decision of the game for Caney Creek here. Likely outside of field goal range unless they've just got a thunderbolt for a leg hiding on that sideline somewhere. It's like offense is not going anywhere. They're going to stay out here, 4th and 3. Kind of in that part of the field where you might as well go for it unless you've got a college/NFL leg on your sideline somewhere. Stay in that same formation at least to start here. Toro motion rocket toss, see if he can get the corner. Well defended by Grand Oaks, looks to be just short of the line to gain. It's going to be about a yard short. Well defended by Grand Oaks. Good job by the Grizzly defense, bending but not breaking on that opening drive. Caney Creek, of course, will take the positives of converting 3 first downs on their first drive of the night. Coming out with a clear plan to be physical and run the football. That physicality worked really well for College Park against Grand Oaks last week. Looks like the Panthers have taken those notes and trying to adopt a somewhat similar approach. Grand Oaks denies them points on that drive, so we'll see what the Grizzlies have for us tonight. Quickly to the line, as always, wing tee. Some early movement, looks like false start on the offense. Grand Oaks in their wing tee offense.
False start, offense number 88. 5-yard penalty remains first down.
Both offenses making use of what's sometimes referred to as twirl motion, and that's the one where the wingback loops around the back of the formation. You see that a lot on the sweeps that these two teams will run. Once again, whistles and flags. 6:03 left in our first quarter clock here tonight.
False start, offense number 2. Snap the ball prior to the ready signal.
Not the way Grand Oaks would have wanted to start here tonight. Back-to-back procedure penalties. 1st and 20 now. Make the sledding a bit tougher for sophomore quarterback Christian Nunley and Grizzly offense. Nunley number 2 here tonight. Sweep, see if he can get into space. He's into open grass here. He's going to have the first down and more. Picks up about 23 yards. Great carry. Gets into the space there. Number 16, Malachi Williams, senior running back on the carry for the Grizzlies. That's a way to get out of trouble. Just found a nice seam there as he rounded the corner. Pitch. Has the corner. Oh, just loses his speed as he tried to round the edge there. Turf monster there, preventing what would have been a pretty long gain, I believe. 2nd and 4, though. Still a positive play. Now Grand Oaks out at near midfield here. Shotgun. Quick throw out. Be Tristan Browse. just short of the first down by about a yard. Browse was a player who impressed me last week in that College Park game. Made some plays when Grand Oaks was forced to the air game after falling behind early in that game to the Cavaliers, and Browse showed some leadership as that game went on. QB sneak here, Nunley gonna have the first down. Yeah, Browse, highly capable receiver out there, number 14 for Grizzlies. He will be among the receiving leaders in the district this season for sure. Number 8 in the district currently. We go off tackle here. It's like Malachi Williams. Get a positive 7 to 8 yard gain, 7 yards they'll call it. An off tackle again, Williams. Flag comes in late from the back judge. So Williams has a first down, but we'll see what the call is here. Grand Oaks using that tempo to try and wear down the opposition. Not giving Caney Creek any time to rest in between snaps, quickly to the line, everything done with urgency.
Illegal substitution on the defense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
So the chains will move for Grand Oaks after all, despite the flag coming down. Yeah, as you heard, illegal substitution on the defense there. Ball on the 33-yard line of the Panthers. Grand Oaks putting together a long drive of their own here, just like Caney Creek did, but Grand Oaks will be seeing if they can finish with points. Split back shotgun. Quick throw out. Browse again. He's going to be in space. He's up the sideline. Browse going to try and get inside the 10 all the way down to the 5. 8-yard line is where he will be marked out. Again, good blocking on the perimeter there for the Grizzlies. Browse doing the rest. Simple throw from Nunley. Just getting the ball in the hands of one of your better players and letting him go to work there. You know, off tackle again, Malachi Williams. See him get the edge. Good tackle there by Caney Creek to prevent the touchdown. He's going to get just inside the 5-yard line on that carry. Grizzlies working that left off tackle area heavily on this opening drive. I think that's either the 3rd or 4th time that Grand Oaks has run that same play on this drive. Pitch, Williams around left side again, working that. Going to be upended there, just inside the 1. Grand Oaks on the doorstep of scoring our first points of the evening here tonight if they can punch it in. But you can never take anything for granted. You've got to finish it off. Weird things happen in this game, so job number 1 for Grand Oaks here, take care of the football. Nunley straight ahead, touchdown, Christian Nunley. Grand Oaks drawing our first points of the evening here on their homecoming night. So Nunley keeps things simple, straight ahead. Sophomore quarterback finishing that drive off. Again, it was a drive for Grand Oaks that started with those 2 procedure penalties. Created a 1st and 20. But immediately after those penalties, hitting that long run to set up what was a very good drive. Tristan Chapman, sophomore kicker for Grand Oaks, going to boot that one through. 7-0 Grand Oaks on the scoreboard, 1:56 to go in our first quarter here tonight. Again, my name is Jeremy
Offside,
McGrail.
defense, that penalty decline, the try is good.
Let's get the call there from the official. Again, my name is Jeremy McGrail, thrilled to bring you this Conroe ISD Athletics live stream here tonight. We invite those of you enjoying this broadcast on YouTube to please like the video, hit the bell to subscribe. Stay up to date on all the happenings around the district this season. Again, we've got a long District 13 6A campaign, 9 teams in the district. So there'll be plenty of action to follow this year. As mentioned earlier on, both of these teams looking for their first district win here tonight to try and get in that playoff discussion. In each district across the state, the 4 top qualifying teams make the playoffs from each district in the state. The 2 largest enrollments of those 4 qualifying teams go Division I. The 2 smaller ones go to Division II. Pooch kick by Chapman. Can he be caught? Caney Creek trying to set up a return. See if he can squeeze through there. He does. He's going to get the sideline, but just trips up there before he can turn the corner fully. Number 4 on the return, Jonathan McMillan, a junior for Caney Creek on that return. Panthers had a really positive start on offense to this game, converted 3 first downs on their opening drive before stalling out on a 4th down deep into Grand Oaks territory. Defensive stand by the Grizzlies. We'll see if Caney Creek sticks to that heavy run approach they showed early on. Again, they're going to show the stack backfield that Maryland I. We'll see if they stick with it. They do. They're going to pitch out of it. Try and find a crease. Can be just about a yard. Panthers coming out in what's basically a goal line formation there. But they'll run it anywhere on the field. Clearly looking to establish that power element in this game here tonight. And Grand Oaks, obviously well aware of the threat with 5 defensive linemen in the game, 4 at the linebacker level. So 9 men well up in the box. Botched on the snap there. Grand Oaks is going to stack up the quarterback there in the backfield and sack Aguilar. Again, Christian Aguilar, junior quarterback for Caney Creek here tonight. Mix up on the snap there. Didn't get it cleanly. 3rd and long now. See what Coach Heineman and his crew draw up here. They play it safe, or if they take a shot downfield here. Roll out. Heavy backside pressure there applied by Grand Oaks. Forces the early throw. Great defense by the Grizzlies. And that'll force the Panther punt team onto the field. Got 25 seconds left in our first quarter here tonight. Fielded by Tristan Browse on that punt. Fair caught it. Could have been a huge return. So the punt kind of led him to the corner there, but as such, Grand Oaks will be starting in plenty good field position here. Looks like they'll be on their own 47-yard line, so ball is set up nicely right in what we call the all-go zone on the field. Usually starts around your own 40. All-go means any play in the book is a good call once you get to that position on the field. Jet sweep. Tristan Howell on the carry, senior for the Grizzlies. Jet sweep shovel there. At the end of one, it scores Grand Oaks 7, Caney Creek 0. We will be back momentarily for our second quarter here tonight. Be a 2nd and 7 here for our first play of the second quarter here tonight. Shotgun set for Grand Oaks. Sweep. Gonna push ahead, Malachi Williams. Senior showing he is ready to help carry this offense here tonight in the absence of the number 2 leading rusher in the district, Brandon High, who is not featuring here tonight for the Grizzlies. Straight ahead, Nunley looking for the first down, gonna have it easily. They push the pile for nice gain inside the 40 down to the 38 of Caney Creek with that push. Off tackle again to Williams, withstands the first contact, but great defense by the Panthers to rally and crowd him out there right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Looked like Williams could have something on there when he eluded the first contact, but great job of swarm defense by Caney Creek there. Interesting watching each of these teams kind of mimic each other on both offense and defense with kind of the general principles. Pitch on the turf. Took a friendly bounce for the running back to retain possession, but he takes a hard hit. Flag comes in. Looks like that's going to give Grand Oaks an automatic first down, but we will get the call from the head official here.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 53, defense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
That penalty is going to spot the ball on the 23-yard line of Caney Creek, so Grand Oaks very much in business here as they threaten the red zone. 10-15 and counting here in our second quarter tonight. The Grizzly offense attempts to add some insurance to the scoreboard here. Dive. Malachi Williams was straight ahead on that carry. We get to halftime here this evening. I will attempt to track down scores from the other district games, relay those. False start. Flag came in from the Grand Oaks sideline.
False start. Offense number 82. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
Second and 12 setup for Grand Oaks here. Oh, Nunley was looking towards the end zone initially, checked down to the flat, just overthrew his intended man there. It was number 46, Parker Jimmenden, senior, who was the intended target there in the flat. I believe Tristan Howell was the player he wanted originally, and it looked like Howell was on kind of a corner route there. May have had a chance at him. Nunley back to pass, going to throw a fade to Browse. Can he track it down? What a catch. First down in traffic. Great one-on-one catch by Browse. That is one for the highlight reel. Again, just quick throw, isolated in coverage. Nunley puts it where he can make a play, and make a play he does. Incredible catch. Just great body control by Browse there. Again, very underrated player on this offense, in my opinion. And walking in for the touchdown, second on the night for Grand Oaks. Off tackle run. And that run was about as clean as it gets. Again, running that left off tackle to Williams, as they've done several times here tonight. No resistance on that one. Kick is up and good by Chapman. Take our score to Grand Oaks 14, Caney Creek at 0. 8:41 to go in the second quarter. Good job by Grand Oaks, pushing their advantage, getting a little bit of cushion on the scoreboard. Again, with two run-heavy teams, that cushion means a whole lot, potentially. We'll see if it forces Caney Creek out of their comfort zone. But again, still just 14-0, so Caney Creek can stay calm. Keep running their base offense, but they need to start getting some things done, of course, on the scoreboard to prevent Grand Oaks having a chance to get any further away from them. In homecoming night here for Grand Oaks, so please stick around for halftime and then special performance after the game. Chapman has the ball down, pops it up, see if it hits the turf. It's got, yep, it will hit the ground. Tricky to field for Caney Creek, but they get on it. Good job by the Panther return man staying calm there. It's just about anything can happen when a kickoff hits the ground like that. That was Brandon Ramsher securing that football for Caney Creek, a sophomore. One of, I think, 9 that I counted on the Panther roster. 9 sophomores. In between both of these teams, there are nearly 20 sophomores and or freshmen on these varsity rosters here tonight. So a lot of youth on the field, gaining experience, reps. So I'm breaking the action here.
Timeout.
Timeout.
Caney Creek. First charge team, timeout of the half.
Back to action. I have an update from Randall Reed Stadium in New Caney. The Woodlands has gone up first in that game, 7-0 Highlanders so far down in New Caney. Trap in all kinds of space. Great play by Caney Creek. And that's going to be Jaden Graves, leading rusher on the team, all the way out to midfield. Great carry on a great play design and execution by the Panthers there. They get him with the trap counter. Opened wide for Graves around the left side there. Number 9, Timothy Palmer Jr. running back on the carry there for Caney Creek. They move into the Grand Oaks half of the field. This will be a great time for Caney Creek to get their first points of the evening. Caney Creek received first tonight, so they will get the ball, or Grand Oaks rather, will get the ball to start the second half. A little shift in the formation here. Flex bone tight. Rocket toss. Can be met in the backfield there. Good tough running though to get something out of nothing pretty much. 2-yard gain by Jaden Graves. Looked like he was going to be just stopped cold in the backfield there. Penetration by Grand Oaks. Bring up a 3rd and 4. So we're going to move under the 7-minute mark until halftime here with this snap. Looking deep, as man open, it is caught. That is Graves, he's gonna try and wrestle his way. Touchdown, Caney Creek, he gets all the way into the end zone. And they hit the big play to Jaden Graves. Get him singled up in coverage downfield. Huge touchdown for the Panthers to stay in this football game. 6:30 on our clock, second quarter. It's Daniel Leon, senior kicker here to tack on the PAT. Low line drive. We'll just get over. Score now 14-7, Grand Oaks leading. But a huge answering score from Caney Creek there. Had to have it. Grand Oaks, of course, had just taken that 14-0 lead. Panthers needed to make something happen to stay in this game. Put together some great runs, starting with that counter trap that got them going on that drive. And then ending in the big play pass, sneaking Graves out into the post. Pitch and catch from Aguilar to Graves there for that touchdown. Caney Creek in business. And Leon readies the kickoff here for the Panthers. Actually, that is Martinez. Apologies for that. Jose Martinez with the kick. And he dropped initially, but picked up by Grand Oaks. Going to look for the left side. Great coverage. Ball's out. Caney Creek recovers it. Is that a touchdown? Yes, it is. Huge special teams play by the Panthers. And just like that, momentum has completely flipped in this football game in a matter of seconds. Timeout on the field. The Caney Creek timeout. I believe they'll have one left after that. Grand Oaks has all three of its timeouts. Again, 6:23 until half. So we wait the PAT try and see if
timeout.
Caney Creek can tie this game
Caney
up.
Creek. That's their second charge team timeout.
Remarkable turn of events in Caney Creek's favor there. Leon tacks it on, and we have a tie football game just like that. Grand Oaks now will be the one charged with a response. Again, Caney Creek scored their first touchdown of the evening, kicked off back to the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies dropped the ball initially, picked it up, attempted to run around the left side, got hit, fumbled. Caney Creek picks that up, scores. 2 touchdowns in quick succession for the Panthers, and we've got ourselves a tie football game. Again, we appreciate everyone who's enjoying this game on the live stream. Please hit that thumbs up to like this video. Hit the bell to subscribe to Conroe ISD Athletics on YouTube. Also find us on the other social media channels, Instagram and Twitter. Conroe ISD Athletics. at Conroe ISD Sports. Send a deep kick from Caney Creek here. Can be fielded on the goal line, run out by Browse. Let's see if he can find some space. Gets out just past the 20, going to be taken down just shy of the 25. And that's where Grand Oaks will try and mount their response to those momentum-shifting scores by Caney Creek here. It's Nunley, quarterback for Grand Oaks, punched in their last touchdown on a QB sneak to end another nice touchdown drive for the Grizzlies. He will lead his troops out once again here. Going to be a sweep. Going to be turned up by Malachi Williams there for a few yards.
Malachi Williams with a carry. Takes it up to the 27-yard line. 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up second down.
Nothing to look for the post. Wide open receiver, number 88. His tight end, Ty Roop, sophomore. Again, another player who showed me some ability in that game against College Park a week ago. Along with Browse, it was Roop who was making some plays down the field. Gets Grand Oaks going there. Be another off tackle here by Williams. Can get behind his line and push forward. Good tough running. About 8 yards. Lots of movement there. Not all of it entirely legal. We will see what the call is here. Looks like a false start. We'll see if he was drawn though.
False start, offense number 73. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
Make it a 2nd and 7 for Grand Oaks now after that penalty. 4:44 to go until half. Again, around the right side to Williams, going to try and plow his way forward. Helmet flies off. As Williams is stacked up, be just short of a first down by 2 yards. Tackled at the 40. Straight ahead, Nunley. Going to get that first down as he's done a couple times here tonight on those 3rd and shorts. Just kept it simple, gone straight ahead on the sneak. Has the first down by plenty there. Inside the 35 of Caney Creek. So near the 4-minute mark until half. Plenty of time for Grand Oaks. Nothing's going to look for that post again to Roop. Just missed on the accuracy there. And looking to pop Roop out on that little tight end post route. Caney Creek had a couple of defenders kind of nearby on that one. Gonna throw a fade. Ball incomplete. It's like slight miscommunication between quarterback and receiver there. Third and 10 now. Huge play for the Caney Creek defense. Let's see what Grand Oaks tries to draw up here on offense. See if they look back Roof's way or maybe Browse. Of course, you never know with Grand Oaks. They could just run the ball here. Nunley back to pass. Under some pressure. He's just got to throw it away now. Out of bounds. Towards the sideline anyway. This flag is down. So a lengthy conference between the officials here will get the call.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense number 42. Half the 15-yard penalty, first down.
And there's another big moment in the first half here. What would have been a defensive stop for Caney Creek turns into a first down for Grand Oaks following that penalty. Huge shift in fortunes based on that call. 3:36 to go until half. Again, Grand Oaks trying to reclaim the lead here on this drive. Grizzlies led 14-0 before Caney Creek tied things up. Williams trying to find that off tackle, but Caney Creek doing a good job of rallying to him on that play. Just a yard gain there. Good defensive stop by the Panthers. Caney Creek needs to be alive to the threat of Nunley as a runner. He's actually quite fast, doesn't get to use his legs all that often, but he's very capable. Sweep here, speed sweep around the end, has the right side, gonna look to turn it up, can't quite do it. It's still a positive gain for the Grizzlies. That was Tristan Howell, senior on that carry. Again, speed sweep, getting the first down. Out of bounds as well, so the clock will stop at 2:49 to go until half. On the right side, that's Williams. Cuts inside. He's got the touchdown, Malachi Williams. Good job of patient running there to find his seam and slip through into the end zone there. Touchdown Grizzlies. Going to take the score to 20-14 in favor of Grand Oaks. Pending our PAT here from Tristan Chapman, sophomore kicker. Kick is good. Grand Oaks 21, Caney Creek 14. We've got ourselves an entertaining football game here tonight between these two. Again, looking for their first district wins on the season. Trying to plant their flag for this 2022 season. Put themselves in the playoff discussion. And you know, both of these teams will have been highly motivated coming in here tonight after starting on the negative side of things last week with losses in their first district games. But you're as good as your next game, and each one is a new opportunity. Tonight they're both showing the desire to do just that, come out positive response. Do everything they can to get that W. Again, please stick around for the Grand Oaks homecoming halftime. Special performance after the game. Fielded by Caney Creek into some space here. He's going to get, just lost his feet. It's number 9 for Caney Creek, Timothy Palmer Jr. Nearly off to the races there. Turf Monster got him a little bit on that one. In another district action, it is the Woodlands 7 and New Caney 0 at halftime. And that one's down at Randall Reed. Kind of surprising that one's so low scoring. I figured there'd be more points in that one. Flexbone from Caney Creek here. And run back against the grain, but Grand Oaks does a good job of stacking that up for minimal gain. We are approaching the 2-minute mark here until half. This football game exploding to life here in the second quarter. Rollout pass. Looking downfield, nothing there. He's going to be a heavy pressure. That's a fumble. Grand Oaks is going to recover that. Arm did not appear to be moving forward, so that will be classed as a fumble and a Grizzly football. Turnover, 1:49 left in the half, so Grand Oaks offense will be set up on the New Caney 41-yard line with time to see if they can reclaim a little bit of cushion on the scoreboard here. As Nunley comes out to lead the offense once again here. The speed sweep here. And Grizzlies, great tackle by Grand Oaks, or by Caney Creek rather. That was number 5, Trey Jackson, junior DB, on picture perfect tackle for the Panthers on that play. Physical football game between two teams who want to do a lot of similar things when they have the ball and when they're playing defense. Now they're looking for the quick pass. I believe that was number 82, yes, intended receiver there. Colin Tater, junior, tight end. Third and 9 now, minute and 11 remaining until halftime here tonight. See what the Grizzlies dial up here on this 3rd and long, see if they look to Browse or Roop. Can be a handoff back underneath to Malachi Williams. He's going to have the first down. And they fool the Caney Creek defense with some clever design there. And everybody looking past, including me. They sneak the run into Williams. Nicely done.
Timeout.
Williams has been a very hard-working football player here tonight for Grand Oaks. Very successful one
Grand
as well.
Oaks, first charge team timeout.
Ian Williams having to carry some extra load here tonight with Brandon High, the second leading rusher in the district currently, not suited up tonight. And my name is Jeremy McGrail, and happy to be bringing you this 13-6A action here tonight. It's the race for the state playoff positions here get a little hotter with each game we play. Stakes going up with each successive district game that we play here. And all teams in the district playing 8 games overall in the district to determine who will secure the 4 playoff spots available to this district. Of the 4 qualifying teams based on record in district, the 2 largest enrollment schools of the 4 go Division I bracket. The 2 smaller enrollment schools go Division II. There's a lot of motion on that play, which is, I think, only legal in Canada when you have multiple players going in motion like that. Not allowed here.
Illegal shift on the offense. That penalty's declined. 2nd down.
Of course, Caney Creek will decline that illegal shift, being a 2nd and 17 for Grand Oaks, exactly a minute on the clock. Now they're going to wind it, 55 seconds and counting. Again, Grand Oaks has 2 timeouts left. Back to pass Nunley. We'll look deep down the field. No receiver in the area where he was throwing it, though. Looked like Browse kind of squared off his route, whereas Nunley was thrown to the end zone. Third and 17, 40 seconds on the game clock. I think the target for Grand Oaks here will be to move inside the 30, because obviously 4th down they'll go for it. So they don't have to get everything on this play. They have 2 timeouts. Screen. Williams makes a nice move inside, gets around, makes 2 guys miss. He's still going. Gonna rumble all the way inside the 15. Great play by Williams. Chains are gonna move, of course. Should see a timeout here for Grand Oaks. And we will. Grand Oaks going to take their 2nd timeout of the half.
Grand Oaks. That's their 2nd charge team timeout.
"31 seconds, of course, until half. Hope you're all enjoying this great football game here tonight. Competitive 13-6A encounter. In homecoming night for Grand Oaks here. Have all those festivities coming up here very shortly, as well as a bonus post-game performance. Nunley under heavy pressure there, just has to get rid of it. Great blitz by Caney Creek, timed perfectly. Perfect application and timing on that defensive scheme by the Panthers. Again, got themselves right back in this football game. Trying to make sure they don't let Grand Oaks get any joy here heading into the locker room. Nunley gonna look at Roop, what a catch. Tipped it to himself with one hand. Touchdown, Grizzlies. Looked like it maybe just out of his reach, but he just put the big mid up there and tipped it to himself so he could secure it with his second hand. Sophomore coming up big there. .23 seconds till half. Chapman gonna try and tack this on. Does. With that Grand Oaks touchdown, we are now Grizzlies 28, Caney Creek 14. Again, Caney Creek received the opening kick. Grand Oaks will have the ball at a half. Again, we invite those of you on this stream, please like the video, hit that bell to subscribe on YouTube. Stay up to date on all the happenings in Conroe ISD athletics this season with the race towards the state playoffs and district championship for one lucky program, or multiple if it's a tie. Send a deep kickoff back over the heads of the Caney Creek players. They've got to field this. They do. Going to go around the left sideline, a little bit of room. That's going to be blown dead here. 17 seconds to go until half. Expect Caney Creek run a play here, maybe take it in the locker room, but I've seen weirder, so we'll see if they dial something up here. Of course, Grand Oaks should be alive to any threat posed here. May elect to keep a safety or two deep. It's junior quarterback Christian Aguilar out here with the Caney Creek offense as the officials have a quick conference before we get this next snap off. It's going to be a straight run up the middle. A few yards. That should take us to half here as we count down the seconds. Grand Oaks leading at 28-14.
Okay. Third team out.
So Caney Creek will take its last timeout of the half here. Have a quick discussion, maybe drop another little play just to see if they can pop something. So we have another timeout on the field. Grand Oaks.
Grand Oaks.
Grizzlies now
That's
taking
their
their
third and final
timeout.
charge timeout. We didn't have many fat.
Great showing from the Grand Oaks crowd here tonight, turning out on homecoming. Pretty much filling up the home side of the stadium, Caney Creek. It's a nice contingent on their side as well. Yeah, I was really interested to get a look at our district newcomers this year. There were 3 of them. New Caney, Caney Creek, and Cleveland joining 13-6A this year, bringing us up to a 9-team district in 13-6A, which is, of course, the reason why we had to start district play so early last week. Handoff underneath on the trap. He's in space. He's going to run it across the 50, and with that, Jaden Graves will end the half on another big gain. The chains will move, but there won't be enough time to get a snap off. Now widen the clock. We are at halftime. Our score is Grand Oaks 28, Caney Creek 14. Stick around for the homecoming halftime with Grand Oaks, and then come back in the second half for more football 13-6A action. I'm Jeremy McGrail. Thrilled to have you tonight. Please come back soon after half and join us for more.
Ladies and gentlemen, this evening we have the absolute pleasure of announcing the 2022 Grand Oaks High School homecoming court. And now, presenting the court, representing the freshman class, Mr. Yusuf Alexander. He is escorted by Kristen and Dennis Alexander. Ms. Gabrielle Purdue. She is escorted by Michael Purdue. Representing the sophomore class, Mr. Joshua Tang. He is escorted by Cindy Wayne, TJ Tang, and Mark Collins. Ms. Caitlin Haynes. She is escorted by Allison and Nathan Haynes. This is representing the junior class, Mr. Colton Dement, who is unable to attend tonight's festivities. Ms. Jayla Ray Williams, escorted by Michelle and Dwayne Whitman. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2022 freshmen, sophomore, and junior representatives. Let's give it all a round of applause. And now, representing the senior class, Mr. Amari Epps, escorted by Lou and Charles Epps. Ms. Sophia Kowalski, escorted by Jennifer and Matthew Kowalski. Mr. Mark Garcia, escorted by Jennifer and Renee Garcia. Ms. Peyton Wilson, escorted by Terry and Jared Wilson. Mr. Gordon Hartman, escorted by Jenny and Matthew Hartman. Ms. Jocelyn Salinas, escorted by Morgan and Raphael Salinas. Mr. Fernando Perez Ortega, escorted by Carmen Ortega Silva and Roberto Silva. Ms. Mackenzie Walker, escorted by Ashley and Jeremy Walker. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2022 Please also show your appreciation for the Grand Oaks Floral Design class. They have generously taken the time to distribute flower bouquets, corsages, and bouquets for this evening. Student Council would like to thank Buddy Bush, Cara Marquez, Michael Flake, Hannah Gasson, Catherine Mora, and Michael Sherman for helping to make this event successful on the field. Additional thanks go to Student Council Representatives Rosie Borja, Olivia Cardona, and Matthew Mullins. The Grand Oaks Marching Band would like to remind you they will be performing this amazing halftime show after today's game, so stick around after the game to enjoy it. Thank you, band, color guard, your team, and cheer for all you bring to our games every week. And lastly, thank you, audience, for your attention and your continued support of our Grizzlies. Go Grizzlies!
And we hope you enjoyed those halftime festivities here. Homecoming Grand Oaks, of course. King and Queen just crowned, and we hope you enjoyed that and that you'll come back after the game for a special performance by the Grand Oaks Band, since they obviously didn't get to perform here just now. We're a little over 6 minutes until the second half resumes here. We've got the run-through tunnels going up here for Grand Oaks and, of course, for Caney Creek on the far side. So the team should be emerging from the locker rooms here momentarily to restart us and get the second half of action underway. We ended up having an action-packed second quarter there that left us poised for what should be an entertaining second half. Grand Oaks leading 28-14 on the scoreboard currently over Caney Creek. Grand Oaks jumped out to a 14-0 lead, and then within a matter of about 20 seconds, Caney Creek tied the score, 14 up, and they used a special teams turnover and touchdown to score the tying points there at 14. They had just kicked the ball back to Grand Oaks after scoring their first touchdown. Grand Oaks kind of dropped the kickoff, picked it back up, tried to run it around the left side, but Caney Creek forcing the fumble and then running it in from, I think it was only about 5 yards out that they had to take it. Yeah, scoring the tying points, but then Grand Oaks came back with a response of their own. Got the lead back to 21-14. Also forced a turnover from Caney Creek in the process that gave them one final chance to add points before the half, which they did, thanks to some excellent plays by their offense. And as such, they went into halftime with that 14-point advantage. And I believe Grand Oaks will get the ball first here in the third quarter, with Caney Creek having received the opening kick. Again, the teams have emerged from the locker room, going through their stretches now in the end zone as they await the run-through to get us going here. Again, 13-6A action. Both of these teams looking for their first district wins. Got a competitive game poised here to start us in the second half. Another district action tonight. The Woodlands was leading New Caney 7-0 at half in that game. Again, the playoff implications growing with each week that we play from here on out. I personally think the last couple of spots in the district at least are wide open. So no, right now the Woodlands and New Caney, kind of the two headliners up at the top of the district standings, along with Conroe, and of course College Park, the other team in the district to start with a win last week. The district action tonight got 4 games going on, 3 in addition to the one we are here watching tonight, of course. The Woodlands at New Caney, that score that I just mentioned. Also Willis at Conroe. That game being played right now at Moorhead. And then Finally, College Park is visiting Cleveland tonight. It'll be interesting to see what our district standings look like next week as we advance another week. And again, coming into tonight, or this week I should say, New Caney was the only undefeated team remaining in the district at 3-0 after their perfect start. Conroe, Grand Oaks, and the Woodlands all 2-1 overall. Oak Ridge, College Park, Willis, and Caney Creek all with 1-2 records in Cleveland. The only one winless at 0-2. Again, this could look quite different come this time next week, so we'll see what tonight brings for our standings. Again, in this game tonight, we expected to see the running game action from both teams, and we've seen just that so far here tonight. But Grand Oaks also making some plays in their passing game. In Caney Creek, hit a big passing touchdown to their star, Jaden Graves, as well in that first half. So despite the ground-heavy approach, both teams finding explosive touchdown plays in the passing game as well. We'll see if that continues here in the second half. As I'm seeing smoke come out of the Grand Oaks tunnel, here come the Grizzlies running back out for the second half here. 14-point advantage, looking to finish this off the right way here in the second half. We'll be looking for a positive start, of course. You have the advantage, you want to press it, especially when it comes to district play. Don't want any let up, whereas on the far side, Caney Creek has some reasons to be optimistic going into halftime. They've had success here tonight on offense, putting up their 14 points. Actually drove the ball well inside the Grand Oaks half of the field on their first possession of the game. Ended up stalling out on that drive, but they've moved the football. Now the Panthers emerge from their tunnel on the far sideline. We will be ready to start here in just over 60 seconds. Get our second half underway for you here tonight. Again, my name is Jeremy McGrail, helping bring you this Conroe ISD live stream. Again, if you are watching us on YouTube here, give our broadcast a like and hit the bell to subscribe to the Conroe ISD Athletics channel. Also find us on the other social media channels, Instagram and Twitter, Conroe ISD Athletics. I believe the handles for both of those at Conroe ISD Sports. Stay up to date on everything going on. Look at all the amazing things that are being done by the student athletes in Conroe ISD. Again, just an outstanding football season unfolding here this fall. As the weather starts to get a little bit more pleasant with each passing week. We hope anyway. See some 60s in our forecast next week for the lows. So as we get into October here, start to feel more and more like proper football weather as we move forward here. Again, the storms have held off here this evening. Pristine conditions at Woodforest Bank Stadium. As the kick return team for Grand Oaks is out, lined up, ready to go. Caney Creek kick team has put the tee down. That's Jose Martinez, senior kicker for the Panthers, going to get us started here. We have all of the officials on the field to play now. We are ready to go. Second half. Boots this kick out of the end zone. Touchback. Powerful leg shown by Martinez on that kickoff. With that, Grand Oaks will start 1st and 10 on their own 25-yard line. Sophomore Christian Nunley back out to lead his offense this half. Young quarterback finding his feet this season. Again, just his third varsity start. He can run sweep around the right side. This will be Williams. Gain of about 4 yards, maybe 5. Getting Williams very busy here tonight, helping his team pick up the slack for his team in the absence of their leading rusher. This will be 2 receivers split out in the formation here. Quick snap, Grand Oaks. Again, trying to go up the middle, just going to gain a yard or 2 there. Pretty good defense by the Panthers. It's Wyatt Watson, junior defensive lineman for Caney Creek, comes out pumping his fist, ready to go for the second half. Toss sweep here around the right side. Williams going to look for that first down. He has it by about 2 yards. To show some toughness at the end of that run to kind of stick his nose in there, make sure he got the line to gain, and he did. Shotgun here for Nunley. Trying to direct his formation. Looks like some confusion. So the Grizzlies are going to take that timeout.
Timeout. Grand Oaks.
Got to make sure everybody's on the same page. Nunley was trying to direct his running backs. As the dance cam comes on here in the stadium, teams huddle on their sidelines. Another carry for Grand Oaks around the right. Going to gain another 4 or 5 yards. Howell on that carry. And 2nd and 6 for the down and distance. So we're about to 9:40 and counting here in the third quarter. First possession of the half for Grand Oaks. They could extend their lead here on this possession. Would obviously be significant. Run right up the middle, there's space. First down run by Plenty. Tristan Howell on the carry. Senior running back for the Grizzlies. Good job of blocking up front on that one, opened that hole wide. Some early movement there, going to be false start. Grizzlies had a few of those penalties go against them in the first half as well. Obviously be something the coaches point out on film post-game. Area for improvement.
False start, offense, number 52. 5-yard penalty remains first down.
Something they can work on in practice next week, make sure they're all getting on the same page. Sweep around the right side. Keeps his feet, good balance there. It's Tristan Howell. Once again, he's a busy player here so far in this second half. I believe that's his third or fourth time touching the ball on this drive. It's like Howell, along with Williams, doing the heavy lifting in the ground game to start the second half here for Grand Oaks. We'll see if now is the time they dial up another pass to maybe Browser Roop again. Nope, they're going to run right up the middle. Good positive gain. Get close to a first down, bring up a 3rd and short. About a 3rd and 3. Into the Caney Creek half of the field. Again, ball spotted on the 44 of Caney Creek. Again, if Grand Oaks can stretch their lead to 21 would be huge. Long way to go though, and QB sneak Nunley, as they did in the first half. On those 3rd and shorts, they get to the line quickly, just go straight ahead. Again, when I watch Grand Oaks play on offense with their scheme, it reminds me a little bit of what Converse Judson over in the San Antonio area was known for doing throughout their heyday in the 80s and 90s, running this wing style offense, but more significantly, it was the hurry up to the line. So it's like a hurry up running game, which you don't see that much. So run around the right side into wide open space. He is off to the races. They're not going to catch him. That's going to be a touchdown, Grizzlies. Grand Oaks coming out with a statement right away in the 3rd quarter. Going to extend their advantage, 34-14, Grand Oaks. Just what they wanted to do out of halftime. Exactly 7 minutes on the 3rd quarter clock after that touchdown. So that opening drive for Grand Oaks takes 5 minutes off the clock. It's the homecoming crowd enjoying that run. Tristan Chapman makes no mistakes. 35-14 Grand Oaks. It's the biggest lead of the night for Grand Oaks. It's the team's huddle before the kickoff. Of course, for Caney Creek, first order of business, secure the kick, and then go about trying to chip into the lead. Chapman has the ball down on the tee, and he's going to send this one. Going to kick it deep. Fielded by Caney Creek. Let's see if they can get a return. Up the right sideline, flags come in. He's ushered out of bounds right around the 25, but we'll see what the penalty is.
During the return, holding, number 31, 10-yard penalty from the end of the run, first down.
That penalty, of course, will back up Caney Creek. Obviously not what they were looking for at all there. They'll be on their own 15-yard line to start this drive. Getting to stay in that tight flex bone that they've shown for most of the night with just the single receiver split out, double wing. Sweep. Going to the top side, trying to find some space. Good positive run. Late flag comes in very into the play. Have to see what this is. Yeah, that flag came in way late. Points in the direction of extracurricular activity that is not allowed. We'll see what the call is here.
After the play, dead ball, personal foul, number 42, defense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Well, that's one way for Caney Creek to get out of trouble deep in their own territory. They get a personal foul penalty to move them into a much more comfortable spot on the field. Going to be actually all the way out to the 38 after that. Nearing the 6:30 mark here in the third quarter. And Caney Creek down by that score of 21-point deficit now. Oh, ball on the turf. Looks like Panthers get back on it. A couple of white shirts that were alert to that. Did a good job of hopping on that football immediately. The last thing they want to do right there for many and obvious reasons. Perhaps illegal procedure on the offense. Looks like that is the early indication.
False start offense, number 24, 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
Second down.
Toss sweep around the top side of the formation there. Did a good job of hitting the edge with speed, but Grand Oaks quick to stack it up there. Timothy Palmer on that carry for Caney Creek Jr. Been pretty busy here so far tonight as one of the chief playmakers on this Caney Creek offense. Third and long situation now for Caney Creek, 3rd and 13 to be exact on the down and distance. So we're near the 5-minute mark now in the third quarter. See if they can come up with a big play here. Again, just a single receiver split. And a fake. Look for his man down the seam, wide open. It's that man again, Jaden Graves. He is off to the races all the way down inside the Grand Oaks 15, down to about the 12. Another huge play, very similar to the play he scored on in the first half. They just sneak him out of the backfield, unaccounted for. Great pitch and catch from Aguilar. Jaden Graves having a huge night rushing and receiving here. He's getting a well-earned rest now as he runs off the field. It's got to be by far our total yardage leader here tonight. Pitch. That's Palmer around the right side, has a little crease. He's going to get up in there, physical into that run. Good job by him. About a 9-yard gain. Timothy Palmer. Caney Creek, despite being at that big deficit on the scoreboard, they're doing a lot of positive things here tonight on offense. They're moving the football. obviously need to finish it off here with the touchdown. But when they watch this back on film, I think they'll see more than a few reasons for encouragement. Doing some really good things with the run and pass game here tonight. And run up the middle now. Try and get that first down. They'll be right at the marker. Could earn a measurement here. Yeah, it's going to be really close. From my vantage point up here, they appear to have it. Maybe just short, though. See if they just QB sneak here. Or go to the fullback. Nope, they're going to pitch it. Nope, ball on the turf, though. Pitch goes awry. And Grand Oaks is going to recover a huge defensive play and heartbreak for Caney Creek. On the doorstep. It's the second time tonight that the Panthers have moved deep into Grand Oaks territory and come up empty on the points. Again, they were attempting to run that kind of toss sweep to Palmer. Just a little bit off on that pitch. Grand Oaks pounces on it. Let's see if they can make it count here and put together another scoring drive. Nunley. Ball on the turf. Caney Creek has it. They're going to run it in for a touchdown. Wow, that happened so quick that I almost missed what happened. I even missed the ball hitting the turf, but wow. Looked like Nunley was back in the shotgun. I don't know if it's just a bad snap or what, but Caney Creek with their second defensive touchdown on the night, counting the time they scored off of that special teams, the kickoff fumble in the first half. So the second time tonight that Caney Creek has come up with a massive score, not involving their offense. Kick is good from Daniel Leone, senior kicker. With that, it's now Grand Oaks 35, Caney Creek 21. The Panthers are refusing to go away in this game. Just when you thought Grand Oaks had them in that position where they could start to think about putting the final touches, perhaps, even though there's obviously still quite a bit of time left. You would have been forgiven for thinking after that fumble that they had just recovered, Grand Oaks recovering a Caney Creek fumble, that is, that they had a chance to really make things super difficult for Caney Creek, but Panthers with other ideas come up with a huge defensive turnover and touchdown. Again, Caney Creek, regardless of how this ultimately finishes here tonight, Coach Heineman, his club will take a lot of encouragement from a lot of the things they've done here tonight, playing a good football game. Hanging in there in this District 13 6A encounter. Deep kick received, and it'll be returned, run out. That's number 7, Robert Stringer on that return, junior DB for Grand Oaks. He stopped just short of the 20 around the 19, so good stop by the Caney Creek kick coverage. Grand Oaks offense with that mishap a second ago that led to that Caney Creek defensive touchdown. Aim to get back on top of things here. Secure the football. So they're going to try an off-tackle run around the right. Like Sepulveda on the carry, touchdown score. Bring up 2nd and 8. So we near the 2-minute mark here to go in the third quarter tonight. In other action in the district, we have a great game down at Randall Reed. The Woodlands leading New Caney 7-6 in the fourth quarter there. Defensive struggle. There's another run from Grand Oaks around the right side. Bring up a third down. Arguably the biggest defensive moment for Caney Creek of the football game so far here. If they could get the ball back to their offense by coming up with a defensive stop here, it would be enormous. Let's see what Grand Oaks dials up here on this 3rd and 6. Sweep. It's going to be Howell. He's got plenty of room around the left side. He's going to have the first down and more. Get up all the way to about the 35-yard line. Great first down run there. Great play call, dialed up at just the right time. That left flank opening wide for the Grand Oaks offense there. Howell in all kinds of green grass when he turned the corner. Huge conversion gained for the Grizzlies. Just off tackle run again. Sepulveda again. Getting some more action here of late in the game is number 22 there for Grand Oaks. Again, scored a touchdown on the last possession, or the last time the Grizzlies scored, rather. Two receivers in the formation. Going to be run up the middle. Sepulveda again. He's going to have the first down and more. Place the ball on the Caney Creek 49, so into the Panthers half of the field just for Grand Oaks. Again, the third quarter winding down here, may run out. We're at 7 seconds and counting. 5. Looks like it will run out. We will go to the fourth quarter. The score, Grand Oaks 35, Caney Creek 21, end of 3. Entertaining 13-6A encounter. We've had a lot of really neat plays in this football game, big plays on offense, defense, and special teams. Great entertainment for the fans in attendance here tonight. And again, after the game, special performance by the Grand Oaks band since they didn't get to perform at halftime due to the homecoming ceremony. We invite you to stick around for that following our stream of the football game here. As they set the clock to 12 minutes here in the fourth quarter. Grand Oaks will take our first snap. Super short walk for both teams. They had to move the ball all of 2 yards to flip the field here. Grand Oaks now moving right to left on your screen. Quick snap, again, run up the middle. Sepulveda is going to put his head down, burrow forward for about 8 yards. And the offensive line for the Grizzlies starting to go to work here. You have to think the physicality of this football game is taking its toll on both defenses, really. Sepulveda kind of like a bowling ball behind that offensive line. Does a good job, low center of gravity. Run again, but great tackle there by Caney Creek, preventing that from gaining any big yardage. It's like big number 70 on that tackle. Phil Vians, senior for Caney Creek, on the bottom of that one. Ball on the Caney Creek 40-yard line, 3rd and 1. A little bit of a long one. Nunley straight ahead, as he's done a lot tonight. Doesn't quite get the surge that he's gotten every other time, but he appears to have enough. Don't know if we'll need a measurement. I don't think we will. Looks like he's got that yard line. 39 was the yard to gain. Looks like he's got it. It'll be by the nose of the football. They will measure it. Chains do come out, coming forward now from the far sideline. Coach Jackson took his hat off there. He's like, I just want to keep going fast. He's like, I can see it from here. Will it be half an inch? Nope, they'll signal it. They lean the nose forward closer than I thought it would be. .10:44 left in our game here tonight. Again, Grand Oaks has been unable to run away on the scoreboard so far. They'll try and extend their lead back to 3 possessions here. If they can find some points on this drive. Gonna run up the middle again, just going to work, leaning on Caney Creek. Gonna have a nice positive gain, about 8 yards on that carry. Again, nothing fancy, just direct, straight ahead running. We'll have a timeout on the field here. And credit to both of these teams for the way that they've competed against one another here tonight. Again, both suffering big losses last week in their first district games, so trying to come back, get a little bit better this week, and I think they both really succeeded in doing that here tonight, regardless of who ultimately emerges as our winner. Be some reasons for optimism on both sidelines. Some positives to take from the film for sure. And as usual, plenty of learning opportunities. Again, football is a game, especially when you go back and review film, just making little adjustments. I think most people would be stunned if they were to sit in on a high school football film session and listen to the detail that goes into what these guys do on a given play. So I remember from my own high school days, played for a team that liked to run the football quite a bit out in Katy High School. And when we would sit in on our film sessions, the offensive line would have the play rewound about 10 times. And the coaches would break down every single step that those guys were taking. It's like the nature of the step, the angle of the step, and you would have thought you were in a dance class or something. It's a cross between dance and calculus. Most of it over my head. I was a receiver, so I was just like, can we fast forward to the end of the play when we come into the picture, please? But obviously, got to show love to the Hogs up front. The job they do is everything, really. Like, offenses quite simply do not get anywhere without the big boys moving furniture up front. Second and short here, Grand Oaks straight ahead. Nunley is going to surge forward for the first down. Does a really good job with his momentum on those quarterback sneaks, forcing that surge almost. Willing his center and offensive line forward. Get on those plays, it's just wedge blocking by the offensive line. Send as many bodies through the middle as possible. Run up the middle now, Sepulveda. Going to get behind his line, bounce off of first tackle. Goes ahead for another first down inside the red zone of Caney Creek on that carry. And again, this whole drive for Grand Oaks just been about leaning on Caney Creek, just wearing them out. Quick snaps here. Once again, but Caney Creek Great stop in the backfield for a loss. Going to lose about 3 or 4 yards on that play. Great penetration by the Panther defense on that play. And these are the effort plays that you love to see late in a game from your defense, getting the ball moved on them. Not just letting Grand Oaks walk into the end zone. They're going to challenge it. You have to like that as a coach, watching your guys work down there. It's like, don't make it easy. Snap going to be a sweep around the right side. Sepulveda putting his head down. Caney Creek going to stop it. Maybe half a yard to a yard on that carry. Bring up a 3rd and long. Another chance for Caney Creek to try and come up with a defensive stop here. It's near the 8-minute mark remaining in our game here tonight. Looks like New Caney has just taken the lead over the Woodlands. The score is now 12-6 New Caney in that game. 6:25 left in that game. Nunley back to pass. Going to throw to the flat. Sepulveda's got room. He's going to try and get up the left sideline. Good job of closing by Caney Creek on that, closing the space. They'll give up yards, but it's going to bring up a 4th and long for Grand Oaks. Be about a 4th and 7, it looks like. 4th and 6. 4th and 7 is what they'll call it officially. See if Grand Oaks keeps the offense out or if they tack on the 3. Nunley is over with his coach. Kicking team not showing any indication of running on just yet. Maybe, yeah, they're going to run the play clock down here and call a timeout. Timeout Grand Oaks coming up. There it is.
Timeout, Grand Oaks. Second charge team, timeout.
And the field goal team is on for the Grizzlies. Tristan Chapman, sophomore for Grand Oaks here. The 30-yard field goal exactly left hash. Kick is up and good. Big conversion that'll take the score to Grand Oaks 38, Caney Creek 21. 7:03 left in our game here tonight. 3-possession football game, but Caney Creek can take solace, only giving up 3 on that drive. Grand Oaks moving the ball really well until they got into the red zone, where Caney Creek made a couple of big defensive stops there to prevent the Grizzlies just walking in for another touchdown. So good job by Caney Creek there, making things difficult. And again, as mentioned previously, a special performance coming up from the Grand Oaks band on this homecoming night. I invite you to stick around after we finish up our football action here and check that out. We enjoyed a really neat homecoming ceremony there during halftime. Again, we encourage you to please like this stream on YouTube. Hit that bell to subscribe to the Conroe ISD Athletics channel. Subscribe for both the Moorhead Stadium and the Wood Forest Bank Stadium channels on the Conroe ISD Athletics YouTube page. Pooch kick. Some confusion on the field, but they get it done despite bumping into one another there for Caney Creek. 2 return men not quite on the same page there in the confusion, but they secure the football. We'll see the Panther offense back out here. See if they can dial up another big play with obviously the clock working against them at this point. Tight flexbone formation we've seen most of the night for Caney Creek. Rollout pass. Aguilar gonna run it. He's got room around the left side. If he can get to the sideline, gonna make another man miss. First down run. Good job making a play there. Wanted to pass, didn't have it. Did a good job pulling the ball down and finding his lane to run. No flags on the field. Of course, they're going to spot him out of bounds there, I believe. Perhaps. Yeah, it looks like he did get pushed out there. Oh, they're going to wind it now that the chains have been moved. Say progress was stopped inbounds after all. And tight flexbone double wing set. Sweep, reverse, up underneath to Jaden. Jaden Graves, been ever present for Caney Creek here tonight. Again, I don't have official stats in front of me, but Graves having a huge night all-purpose yardage-wise. And came into tonight fourth in 13-6A in rushing yardage. Play action from Nunley, looking for the post, hard hit down the field to break that pass up. Caney Creek receiver was exposed there over the middle. I believe they were trying to leak Graves out again. Had some success on that play a couple of times tonight, but not on that occasion. Bring up 3rd and 7 now, 5:46 left in our game. In terms of total yardage, Jaden Graves, number 8 in the district coming into tonight. He should move up that list after tonight for sure. Sweep around the right side, their space into the open field. Here's the big play they were looking for. He's going to try and run away from the last tackler. Can't quite do it, but he's going to be inside the red zone. Number 9 for Caney Creek. Big play, Tim Palmer, junior running back. Great play on that sweep. Good job of patience behind his blockers. He's also had a successful night here this evening. Again, Caney Creek continuing to battle, really impressing me here tonight, just with that quality they're showing. They're just not going away in this game. Be very proud of their efforts here tonight. Getting a little Statue of Liberty action there. Jaden Graves on that carry. Quarterback faking a bubble screen and then doing a little off handoff there to Graves, trying to get sneaky. Didn't quite come off the way they would have liked, but a positive gain nonetheless. Score is 14-7 New Caney in the other district action that we've been following over the Woodlands. Looks like New Caney is trying to seal up that win here and run the clock out. Patience from Aguilar. Is it going to be caught? Yes. Can bring up a 3rd and short. Be about a 3rd and 3. Again, Caney Creek, if they can convert this, get into the end zone, of course. I have a few options on the table here, but got to finish the business on this drive. They've had 2 drives go deep into Grand Oaks territory here tonight and come up empty points-wise. Got to fix that here. Be another handoff inside Graves. He's going to plow forward, try and get the end zone. They're going to say he has a touchdown, Graves. Touchdown, Caney Creek. Just what they needed to do right there. Conversion and touchdown. Score will now be Grand Oaks 38, Caney Creek 27. Pending our PAT, of course, from Leon. senior kicker for the Panthers. That kick up and good. Our score is now Grand Oaks 38, Caney Creek 28. 10-point lead, of course, for the Grizzlies. Still in the driver's seat, but Caney Creek refusing to go away. Just showing a lot of fight here tonight. Both sidelines just doing everything they can to give themselves a chance to come out with a first district win here in this game tonight. Again, pristine conditions here tonight at Woodforest Bank Stadium after what was a hot and humid afternoon and early evening. A few clouds in the area, but they've held off and had perfect conditions here tonight. We hope we continue to be so lucky in all of our district games here. As the Caney Creek kickoff team emerges and put the ball down. And let's see what they elect to do here. If they're going to go onside or take their chances. Looks like setting up for an onside here based on the way that Leon has put the ball on the tee. It's like Grand Oaks is alert. They've got their front line ready to receive this onside, yes, definite onside kick here. Here it goes, not going to get the yardage though, way short and out of bounds. Not quite what they were looking for there. Grand Oaks will happily take it. Again, 4:16 left in our game here tonight. Homecoming night for Grand Oaks, looking to get this one wrapped up here.
Free kick out of bounds. 5-yard penalty from the end of the kick. First down.
Of course, with the out of bounds, it'd be 5 yards tacked onto the end. And that'll walk the ball inside the Caney Creek 40. So Grand Oaks be on the 38-yard line. Magnificent field position to start this drive. Yeah, if they can come up with the score here, would likely be enough to seal this victory, but it has not been easy. Again, sweep. Just going to put the head down, plow forward for a couple of yards is Sepulveda. Been very busy here this second half. Where it was Malachi Williams and Tristan Howell that were doing a lot of the heavy lifting previously. Now it is Sepulveda that's getting pretty much every carry, it seems like. So Nunley gets instructions from his sideline. He's going to relay those to the huddle now. Another carry off tackle, Sepulveda. Again, Grand Oaks just going to work with body blows to the Caney Creek front. They haven't used Tristan Browse or Ty Roop in the passing game here recently. Both players made some excellent plays earlier on tonight. Grand Oaks just trying to put this one away as Caney Creek stacks it up on that 3rd and 5 and bring up a 4th down. Yet another good stop by the Caney Creek defense. Panthers held Grand Oaks to a field goal on their last possession. They're going to bring on the kicking team again here now.
Caney Creek.
Be a timeout on the field to Caney Creek.
First charge team timeout.
It's Caney Creek's first timeout, so they'll have 2 remaining. Grand Oaks has 1 timeout left. In 2:44 left in our game. Please stick around afterwards for a special performance from the Grand Oaks Marching Band. Drill team. Grand Oaks back to punt. Go ahead and get it away, try and pin it down if they can. It's going to bounce into the end zone. In Caney Creek, still time left to make things happen. Much stranger things have happened in this game. We are not done yet here tonight. As the Panther offense comes back out onto the field. See if they can dial up another big play to keep things interesting here right all the way until the end. We've had a very entertaining football game here tonight. Big plays, offense, defense, and special teams, both sides. Been a really enjoyable watch. Friday night lights here, Wood Forest Bank Stadium. We appreciate all of you for joining us on the screen, on the live stream. Again, please like the video, subscribe to the channel by hitting that bell. Screen attempt by Aguilar, tough play for him going to his left, his weaker side. Right-handed throwers always find it difficult going to the left side, or generally do. Also difficult because it was the, well, I guess the ball is right in the middle, so not technically the shorter side of the field, but I'm sure for a right-handed quarterback it does feel like going to the short side whenever you do go left. Got 2:33 left in the game tonight. And a fake, gonna look deep post, deep corner rather. Had an open receiver, but just couldn't make the connection. Number 42, Aiden Neese Jr. was the intended man there. Had him open. Just missed on the connection. Thought Aguilar was looking to the post there initially, and then he threw to the corner and rightly because it was wide open.
Timeout.
Timeout on the field.
Second charge team timeout.
Caney Creek calls that timeout to make sure they've got the right play dialed up here. 3rd and 10. 2:27 left in the game, trailing by 10 points. Coach Heineman going to make sure they've got everything squared away here before they run this key play. It's Coach Jackson and his Grizzlies huddle on our home sideline here tonight. Grand Oaks in their Boise style all orange unis with the blue helmets tonight, as you can see. Another roll left for Nunley, and Grand Oaks all over it with penetration. They're going to sack him. Big loss on the play. Going to bring up 4th and real long for Caney Creek. Fourth and 17 to be exact for the Panthers. So game clock here dials down again. Another timeout on the field. Caney Creek. Final
team timeout.
Of course, as indicated by the officials, final team timeout available for Caney Creek. So after this, none left. Just one remaining for Grand Oaks. Of course, unless Caney Creek can convert on this play, the game will end. Now Caney Creek in an all or nothing moment here in this game. Have to convert here, 4th and 17. As the old poker analogy goes, down to a chip and a chair. They shift the formation, move the receivers to the other side. Twin receivers. Aguilar gonna have to step up. He's gonna see if he can take off and run. Saw a little opening, still on his feet. Doing everything he can to get the first down. He's gonna have it on the final surge. Great tough run by Aguilar, and how fitting for Caney Creek to somehow come up with a conversion on that play. Just great tough running. That was pure will from Aguilar on that play. When he pulled the ball down, I saw the opening that he did, but it closed fast for Grand Oaks, but he just had to put his nose down and run through all of it. Now he's going to look deep down the sideline, has a man caught inside the Grand Oaks half of the field. Going to fight for more yardage. Brandon Ramsher, sophomore, on that reception. Minute 23 on our clock as the first down chains reset. Caney Creek is ready to snap, but the chains haven't moved yet. They're tied up on that far sideline. Officials also trying to get into position. We're all a little unsure of exactly what's going on here. Grand Oaks coach hat is off. Hands on hips. Didn't see any flags come in. But one of the officials is missing a hat. Field judge has dropped his hat. So we're going to need a full conference of the officiating crew here. This Caney Creek quarterback Aguilar is going to come to his sideline and get some instruction along with Jaden Graves. Now they're both going to come back onto the field. Admirable toughness by the entire Caney Creek.
Whistle while the play was live. We're going to replay the down.
Oh, wow. Inadvertent whistle. He's going to erase a huge play by Caney Creek. That is really unfortunate for the Panther offense. Extremely tough. Yeah, just an extremely tough turn of events to go against Caney Creek there. Move the ball all the way back to Caney Creek's own 35 when they had gone inside the Grand Oaks 50. Or inside the Grand Oaks half of the field, rather. Yeah, in a minute and 23 on our game clock. Grand Oaks leading 38-28. Trying to put the finishing touches on a homecoming win here tonight. Again, still trying to get fully sorted out down on the field before we take the next snap. And again, as we wind down our game action, just appreciate you all for joining us on this live stream. My name is Jeremy McGrail. I've been leading you through the action here tonight. Hope you've enjoyed this as much as I have. Been a very entertaining football game. Texas high school football, best value on the planet, as far as I'm concerned. Further communication from the head official here.
Please reset the clock to 1:39. 1:39, please.
16 seconds added to the clock. Up to 1:39, as he said now, on our game clock. It'll be a first down for Caney Creek when we resume here. Actually, they're going to call it second down and 2. Heavy pressure by Grand Oaks is going to be all over Aguilar there. No chance on that one. They just swallow him right when he took that snap. Nothing Aguilar could do there. Great play by the Grizzly defense, doing their part to make sure they come out of this game victorious. Bring up 3rd and 7 now, down in distance. Handoff underneath Graves. He's going to make a couple of guys miss. Get the first down on another really nice run. Just been a really impressive football player here tonight, as we've noted on multiple occasions. Going to go quickly to the line. Spike. Down the football. Stop the clock. 55 seconds left in the game. Again, post-game festivities coming your way, courtesy of Grand Oaks Marching Band Drill Team. And others, I'm sure. On this homecoming night here, Maryland I formation here for Caney Creek. Drop back to pass. Aguilar going to look for the corner. His receiver is not there, though. Miscommunication on that route. Caney Creek fortunate for that one to fall harmlessly to the turf and not be picked off. Grand Oaks had a couple of defenders in the neighborhood there. Aguilar had it just angled enough towards the sideline to avoid a turnover. Single receiver flexbone. Rocket toss, ball on the turf. Grand Oaks is going to recover it, and that will be our football game here tonight. Grand Oaks is going to hold on to this homecoming win after securing that fumble. Again, rocket toss attempt from Caney Creek hitting the deck. Grizzlies pounce on it. A takeover with 44 seconds left, and all they need to do is kneel it out because Caney Creek out of timeouts. Again, thank you all for joining us. I'm going to relay my appreciation to all of our crew here tonight, working the cameras for you, show control, bringing you all this excellent Conroe ISD athletics action. Nunley takes a knee. Again, Grand Oaks getting that key first district win, going to move to 1-1 in district. Caney Creek will drop to 0-2 in district, 1-3 overall. After this, Grand Oaks will be 3-1 overall. And the Grizzlies will move forward. Now in the discussion for the playoff race as the teams line up on their sidelines to come shake hands. Again, thank you for joining us. Please stick around for the post-game activities. I'm Jeremy McGrail. I will see you next time.
Number